Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at
Back at it. Happy Monday, 18th day of December 2023. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is Christmas week, Christmas Day, 1 week from today. So you're down to the last minute crunch to go out and get those Christmas presents and the grocery shopping and everything that entails celebrating Christmas Day 1 week from today. Friendly reminder, if you're out and about and you're shopping, you're doing your last second Christmas shopping, if you are inclined to buy me a present, I have just 2 rules: big and expensive. 34 degrees here in the big city. Are we going to have a white Christmas? No, we're not. Sorry, we've told you about this last week. If anything, we're going to have some rain, some snow in the upper elevations. Leavenworth may have remnants of a white Christmas. Plain, Lake Wenatchee, some of the valleys on the east slopes of the Cascades where the snow they get more snow and it has a tendency to stick around a little bit longer. Here in the valley, the forecast details are on the way. A little bit of light rain, and that's, I think, what we're going to be getting here. Plus news, a busy weekend in sports, as it always is. Wenatchee Wild didn't win on Friday, but they won on Sunday, yesterday, against Everett. Now they're off for over a week. We'll have highlights of that. And, of course, Seahawks didn't play. They play tonight. They got the Eagles taking the field at Lumen. It is going to be a Monday Night Football, so that means the rest of the football teams watch that. Of course, Seahawks have the best Monday Night Football record of any team in history. That's pretty good. I think Pete Carroll's like 13-3 as the head coach of the Seahawks in Monday Night Football. We'll see how that happens. And in the back half of the program, we wanted to air this one more time before the year was out because, as you know by now, the Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team won the state championship in Yakima last month, and about 2 weeks later, Eric, because they had Christmas break and scheduling and everything, but Eric Granstrom, our sports director, did have a chance to sit down with the head coach and the Wenatchee High School state champion volleyball team. We're going to replay that interview for you in the back half of the program. We only got a chance to do it once, and they deserve more kudos. No cameras around the valley today. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. It happens. It's a long story. Anyway, we don't have our usual tour of the cameras, so well, there you go. There's the Wenatchee Heights camera. And as you can tell, nothing is moving because that is a screenshot. Oh, I guess there is. Nope, there's cars there. Okay. So we do have that camera. There you go, our Wenatchee Heights camera. Unfortunately, that's all we have for you today. I will tell you, sunrise this morning, 7:43, sunset this afternoon, 4:11. 8 hours and 28 minutes of daylight. We're getting now towards the winter solstice, which is Thursday, like 7:30 in the evening, right around there, 7:27, something like that. That'll be the shortest day of the year on Thursday. Then Friday will be 1 second longer than Thursday. And check out this little weather anomaly. Our high temperature on Saturday, 36, was not an afternoon high. Yeah, it was our 36-degree high temperature on Saturday happened at 4:19 in the morning. 4:19 in the morning. Yesterday we got to 36 and only 33. Very little temperature variation. That's what happens. Take a look at where you live. This is a chance for you to see what the temperatures are going to be like in some other locations in our broadcast area that we don't normally get a chance to profile, like Chelan, like Moses Lake, like Omak. They're all in our viewing area. As you can see, temperatures pretty consistent, slightly above normal, and then well above normal in some other locations with rain in the forecast. And air stagnation, we still have that air stagnation advisory. It lasted through the weekend, although air quality is good. But the air stagnation advisory remains in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. Then they will lift it. There's a weak system that's coming in today. Going to be just enough to scour out the skies a little bit. Again, right now the air quality is just fine. We're in the green. And we do have a couple of weak shortwave systems coming in, but it's really not going to do a lot here. Weather really hasn't been much to talk about over the last couple of weeks, and that unfortunately includes today. From the National Weather Service, snow level will be at 3,200 feet, so whatever precipitation we get, and there's not a big chance of that, will be in the form of rain, maybe about an inch or so of snow on the mountain passes. 35, our forecast high. That's about a degree warmer than normal. Rain overnight tonight. Snow level goes even higher. It'll be at 3,700 feet. Overnight low of 31. Tomorrow morning, rain giving way to just light sprinkles in the afternoon, but it looks like we're going to see quite a bit of rain on Tuesday and a high of 37, 33 for the overnight low. Tuesday night, we dry out. Going to see a little bit of sunshine. On Wednesday, it's also going to warm us up into the lower 40s for the afternoon high on Wednesday. Thursday, clouds return with a high of 38, and then pretty cloudy, and again, rain, not snow, on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, just too warm for snow. If you're dreaming of a white Christmas, that's exactly what you'll be doing, dreaming, because it's not going to happen here. That's your all-important weather forecast. Next up, we'll have the news for you. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Check out clubcrowcashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Clouds and fog back again. We're at 34 degrees. Not going to get much warmer than that today. Light rain overnight tonight into Tuesday, and then temperatures above normal in almost every location with rain and not snow in the forecast. It's 8 minutes after the hour. We'll start with this. A man charged with rape and kidnapping was freed from the Chelan County Jail on Thursday. He is now placed on an electronic home monitoring program. 52-year-old Darren Daniel Hunter met the $750,000 cash bail requirement that was set by Judge Kristen Ferreira. He now must wear a monitoring bracelet and remain confined to a Chelan home except for grocery shopping and visits with his attorney. Hunter is a former Seattle area person charged with first-degree rape and kidnapping, second-degree assault, first-degree robbery, and drug violations after Chelan County Sheriff's deputies said he assaulted a woman at his Chelan home. He pleaded guilty last year to misdemeanor assault with sexual motivation against a woman he had dated. Hunter faces trial in February. A suspected drug dealer that had been sought since 2021 for allegedly carrying a large amount of fentanyl and heroin for sale has been found, and they found him in state custody. 43-year-old Brandon Vaughn Develaire of East Wenatchee has multiple prior drug convictions. The Columbia River Drug Task Force investigated Develaire 2 years ago and allegedly found at least 300 fentanyl pills, 40 grams of heroin, and 46 grams of methamphetamine when they searched a backpack they seized from his home. Prosecutors charged him in December of that year with 3 felony counts of possession with intent to sell. Develaire finally turned up this month in Department of Corrections custody. He'll be brought to Chelan County Superior Court for his arraignment this week. A co-defendant in the case, by the way, pled guilty last month. Well, it's budget time. Chelan County passed their budget 1 week ago. They're going to expend, they think, about $57 million next year compared to $52 million this year. County commissioners passed the budget, including law enforcement expenditures for 3 new sheriff's deputies and 1 deputy prosecutor. Rising costs of business led the county to tap into about $2.6 million from its reserve fund to plug some of the budget holes. In Douglas County, commissioners approved the 2024 budget a couple of weeks ago, estimated $28.7 million in expenses, about $3 million increase for next year over this year. And that includes a new $500,000 expenditure to improve the Superior Court system in Douglas County and a $700,000 increase in the cost of lodging inmates in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center. Confluence Health has named Brian Berry to serve as the organization's first ever Chief Ambulatory and Clinic Network Officer. Confluence created the position to focus on outpatient services. It's part of the executive leadership team alongside the Chief Executive Officer, the Chief Nursing Officer, the Chief Financial Officer, and others. Berry brings with him about 22 years of experience in healthcare leadership. Berry most recently served as the Chief Operating Officer for Multi-Care Medical Associates in Tacoma. That's a large medical group with more than 600 physicians and advanced practice providers. This is a cool story. The Wenatchee Central Lions Club wrote a big fat check to Sage. This is awesome. It's going to help Sage expand their emergency shelter. The shelter currently has 23 beds for women and children who are fleeing or impacted by domestic violence. The expansion of the shelter would add 10 more beds, a new bathroom, and also would make the shelter ADA compliant. Sage says the shelter has been at capacity or near capacity for the last several months. Residents at the shelter are provided food, bedding, household supplies, and emergency financial assistance during their stay. Sage says the donation by the Lions Club is the largest investment into the expansion of the shelter by the community they have yet seen so far. Good to the Wenatchee Central Lions Club. That's a quick look at the news at 12 minutes after the hour. Grant and Eric with the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on TV, 5, 6, and 10 right here on this very television station. If that doesn't fit into your time frame and people are busy this time of the year, our news will be up and running on the World Wide Web on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our app, and on our YouTube page. And at the bottom of the screen is how you get a hold of us. Best way to do it, if there's something out there that you think warrants a news story, you send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Sports, the obscure holiday. Today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and Eric Grandstrom chats with the 2023 Washington State 4A girls volleyball champions, the Wenatchee Panthers. All coming up on this edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
and you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Quarter after the hour, if the Seahawks plan on making the playoffs, they better start winning, and they better start tonight as they host the Eagles. It's Monday Night Football on national TV, of course. If you missed it yesterday, the 49ers clinched the division because they beat the Cardinals, and right now the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Rams will be the wild card teams. A looming question, of course, Geno Smith. Will he play tonight? Coach Pete Carroll said he made it through practice anyway.
He made it through the week. You know, he's made it through with the work that he's done, and he's still questionable. We'll wait and see what happens on game day.
Did he do all the work you had planned on him to do?
We didn't have that kind of thought. We're just trying to get as much as we could.
Did you get enough where if he is healthy enough to play, he's fully prepared?
Yes.
Of course, he missed last week's game against San Francisco with a groin injury. Drew Lock filled in, and Coach Carroll says if Geno Smith can't make it tonight, Drew Lock is ready to go.
We've talked all about it and hung out, you know, just talking about what the experience was like and how he feels differently. And so if he's called on, he'll be in just a clearer mindset just because of what he went through. It was a very difficult game, a challenging game last week, and he made it through it. And like I've said all week to you, that he handled it really well, and he came out of it with a clear mind and all. And so it's only going to be beneficial to him.
Seahawks and the Eagles, 5:15 kickoff of the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, also on the American Broadcasting Company. Seattle Kraken back in action tonight. They lost a marathon shootout to L.A. on Saturday, and I mean a long one. Adam Larson and Oliver Borkstrand helped push the game into the extra frame at Climate Pledge Arena. It would take 9 rounds in the shootout. If you don't believe me, check it out.
To the wall, Shore. Now Yamamoto away from England. Holding onto it. He saucers a pass. Dunn shot blocked. Larson gets after it. Right in. To the blue. They score! Adam Larson! The big cat comes calling early. As it trickles by Cam Talbot. And the Kraken are off and running. Remember the car, the Volare? Now it's kicked out by Decor. It had Corinthian leather. Look that up, JT. Now, Fiala blocked. A chance for Moore. He scores! Trevor Moore. He'll navigate through the middle, supported a bit by Quentin Byfield, who has it now. He'll advance. They score! Banged home by Andrzej Kopitar. Looks over coverage to the line. Wenberg. McCann. Evans holding on to it. Bjorkstrand with a shot. He scores! Cue the maestro! Trevor Moore leads LA in terms of goals. He scored his 14th of the season earlier tonight. Shooter number 1. Quickly in. Snared by Decor. Tomas Tatar. What a moment here. Stopped by Cam Talbot. Pierre-Luc Dubois in the 2-hole for Todd McClellan. Stopped by 35. The Kraken have one shootout decider this season. Kyler Yamamoto has it. Make it 2! A Spokane special by Kyler Yamamoto. He swoops in. He scores! Adrian Kempe will extend the shootout. First crack at it is Alex Wenberg. A stutter step and a stick save by Talbot. Andrzej Kopitar. The future Hall of Famer. It's in his hands. Stopped! Goal line stand!
See Devin Shore go forehand, backhand, but he's going to go over onto this forehand side.
Shore. Talbot got a piece of this. Is Carl Grundstrom. He scores! The LA Kings. It takes 9 rounds. They win the shootout.
The Kraken are on the road tonight, as a matter of fact. They're in Dallas to take on the Stars. That'll be 5 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. All right, the weekend in college basketball, the defending national champion UConn Huskies rolled over Gonzaga in Seattle on Friday. The final there was 76-63. Santa Clara raced out to a 16-point halftime lead, and then they cruised from there. They beat the Cougars on Saturday, 69-61. Keon Brooks Jr., 22 points. Xavier Wheeler, 19 and 14 assists. The Huskies rallied from a 16-point deficit, beat Seattle U 100-99 in double overtime last night. The Red Hawks have not beaten the Huskies since 1978. In the ladies, Cal beat Eastern Washington Friday 78-70 in women's college basketball. Huskies no trouble with St. Mary's on Saturday. They won 64-32. And then yesterday, Washington State posted a 95-48 win over Houston. 21st ranked Gonzaga beat South Dakota State 83-58. All right, on the hardwood, the local prep basketball scoreboard starting on Friday. Moses Lake's Brady J, 25 points. Mavericks peppered Wenatchee 88-52. Prosser edged Ephrata. Chelan got by Omak. Lake Roosevelt beat up on Brewster. Soap Lake down to Manson. And Moses Lake Christian boys got past Waterville Mansfield. Girls on Friday. Lexi Cox led a balanced Moses Lake attack. She had 11 points. The Mavericks beating Wenatchee on Friday, 56-23. Other girls' scores from Friday. Prosser pummeled Ephrata. Chelan shot past Omak. Brewster over Lake Roosevelt. Manson over Soap Lake. Curlew defeats Orville, and Wilson Creek beats Moses Lake Christian. To Saturday we go. The Eastmont boys shot out to a 28-16 lead after the first quarter. Cruised from there 80-46 the final over the Panthers. The Wildcats were led by the 22 points of Tice Llewellyn and 19 from Adrian Ruffins. As you see, Sunnyside took down Moses Lake. Quincy beat up on Brewster. Lake Roosevelt rolled Omak. Liberty Bell beat Granite Falls. Tenasket topped Warden. Okanagan beats Colville. Republic beats Orville, and Moses Lake Christian down Antietam boys basketball on Saturday. Girls on Saturday, Eastmont girls erased a 2-point deficit after the first and went on to beat Wenatchee 66-34. Elizabeth Hines led 3 players in double figures for the Wildcats. She had 22 points. Moses Lake beat Sunnyside. Brewster bettered Quincy in girls basketball on Saturday. Lake Roosevelt over Omak. Okanagan topped Colville. Republic down to Orville. Warden got by Tenasket. Antietam over Moses Lake Christian. Hockey, Wenatchee Wild finished the first half of the Western Hockey League. They went 1-1 over the weekend. Prince George got out to an early lead Friday. Never looked back, beating Wenatchee 6-3. We don't lose too often at the Town Toyota Center, but we did on Friday night. But yesterday, another story altogether. Wild builds a 3-goal lead and cruised to a 6-1 win over visiting Everett. Briley Wood had a memorable night for the Wild, a hat trick. Austin Drade with the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Wenatchee bringing this one out. Maybe able to go 3-on-2 in over the line. Defensive change behind. Left dot wristed on Cooper. Save, rebound, they score! And Wenatchee is on the board early. They're on the board first. They're on the board with a 1-0 lead. Near corner Wood takes a hop on the snow as it comes back to Swart. Back over to Wood. Right goal line. With it is Friesen. Out top for Swart. At the blue line, waiting, shadowing him is Bear. Chance in front, they score! Briley Wood! Another power play goal. This time right in front of the net. And another second chance, another one for the Wild. And a nice one at that. Hayden Smith got it out of the zone. Wild get this one back though. Isogai, assembly lines it through, popped into the net. They score! Just over the shoulder of Chadwick and just under the bar. It's 3-0 Wenatchee. Chased off the puck, got it to Hemmerling, right point just in time. Wenatchee looking to clear it out with Pankey. Tipped in front, throwing the paddle at it. Is it in? It is. It's 3-1 Everett. Another little pop-up in front of the net on the power play. Gets it to Bear. Wrist shot saved down the slot. And Isogai gets control of the rebound for Wenatchee. Driving this one ahead. A change will be coming up behind him. Isogai puts it in and scores! Hamill tried to take it away. Smith tried to take it away. They couldn't do it. Wild 4. Everett 1. Wenatchee had not tagged their players up yet. So it was a fortuitous bounce. Cooper goes back door, one-timer, save, rebound in the net, they score! Sherbina had one look at it, did he get the last? Is the question. Yes, sir! Lucas Sherbina with a goal in 4 straight, and another hot start to the period. Loose puck left at the far point, 2-on-1. Ahead for Wood. Will he take the shot? Waits, wrister, he scores! Throw those hats! 6-1! Here they come! Another. Playing it on the corner wall is Moore. Finding Loveson near corner. Will let the crowd take you the rest of the way.
So what becomes of the hats? You know, the tradition is somebody gets a hat trick. Everybody, if you're wearing a hat, you throw your hat onto the rink there, over the glass. And what happens to the hats? Anyway, the entire league, the entire Western Hockey League, is now off for the Christmas break. Wenatchee doesn't play again until December 27th, and those are just some of the games that people are playing on this week before Christmas Day, the 18th day of December. If you live in Qatar, by the way, it's National Day in Qatar. For you folks in the Mideast, how you doing? It's International Migrants Day. It's Answer the Telephone Like Buddy the Elf Day today, if you're familiar with that movie. Today is Bake Cookies Day, but today we're going to eat a suckling pig. It is National Roast Suckling Pig Day today. We've been eating pigs for as long as we knew they were around. A suckling pig is a pig that is basically weaned on its mother's milk for about 6 weeks. They're born, they feed on mom's milk, and then they get to about a month old, and then they turn out like that. It's just the way it is. Fun facts about pigs. I got them. Pigs, of course, are smarter than dogs. They can learn tricks faster than dogs. As you probably know, pigs can't sweat. They have no sweat glands, which is why they roll around in the mud to keep themselves cool on hot days. At 3 weeks old, piglets will come to you once they know their name. They will come to you if they're called at 3 weeks. That's pretty impressive. Pigs have memories that are so good they can remember things for years. And finally, a pig's sense of smell is 2,000 times greater than the human being. And for all those fun things about pigs, we turn around and we eat them. Enjoy a nice pig today. Never name your pigs. You'll become emotionally involved. All right, 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history, another state joining the Union. We always throw up the state flag. I'll let you take a look at it for just a minute or two, see if you can figure out. That is the state flag of, I'll give you a hint, the Garden State, New Jersey. Happy birthday to New Jersey. It's 236 years old, the third state to ratify the Constitution, just a few days after Pennsylvania did it. Of course, their nickname is the Garden State. When the state legislature finally passed it, the governor vetoed the bill to call the state the Garden State. This was in the 1950s. He said, this is New Jersey. This isn't the Garden State. He didn't like it. He vetoed it. They overrode his veto. New Jersey, believe it or not, because of the amazing musical legacy that the state of New Jersey has given us with Frank Sinatra and Bruce Springsteen and many, many others, New Jersey is the only state in the union that does not have an official state song. They don't. They've tried. One senator proposed Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen as the state song of New Jersey. It was voted down when it was pointed out to the state senator that the song is about getting the hell out of New Jersey. Who knows? More cars are stolen in Newark than any other city in the United States per capita. So if you want your car to get stolen, just park it somewhere in the streets of Newark, it'll be gone. All 10 of the largest cities in New Jersey are within 30 miles of either New York City or Philadelphia. And of course, New Jersey played the critical role more than any other state in the Revolutionary War. More battles were fought in New Jersey than any other colony during the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Trenton and the Battle of Princeton were huge, significant victories for George Washington's army. Thank you, New Jersey. Happy birthday to you. And 35 years ago today at the Coliseum in Los Angeles, the Seahawks beat the Raiders 43-37 to win, after 13 years of existence, their very first division championship. Seahawks have qualified for the playoffs 20 times, 11 times as the winner of their division, 9 times as a wild card. Chuck Knox won 1 division title on this date back in 1988. Of course, Mike Holmgren won 5, including 4 in a row at one point, 04, 05, 06, 07, when Mike Holmgren had that dynasty going. He won 5 division titles. And Pete Carroll, of course, has won 5 division titles. Seahawks win their first ever division title on this date in Los Angeles in 1988. Birthdays. One to heavenly birthday, of course, is Ty Cobb. Maybe Ty ain't there. I don't know. His 366 lifetime batting average is still the highest of all time. I don't know if that will ever be broken, and he still holds scores of Major League Baseball records, even though he hasn't played Major League Baseball in about 100 years, and he's been dead since 1961. Tyrus Raymond Cobb. Just throw up the photo, and we'll all just be amazed. Keith Richards is 80. He's 80. He's 80. Keith Richards is 80. I saw him just the other day. He's a lovely shade of blue. Happy 80th to Keith Richards. Who'd have thought he'd made it to 80? Certainly not him. The highest grossing film director in history, probably the most famous director ever, Steven Spielberg, is 77 years old today. The only director to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Director in 6 different decades, and seven of his films, more than any other director, is in the National Film Registry. Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and Saving Private Ryan. You may have seen a couple of his movies. And a guy who a lot of people think I look a lot alike. I get this a lot when I'm out and about and I'm recognized. Happy birthday to Brad Pitt, who was 60 years old today. I took my girlfriend at the time to go see the movie A River Runs Through It about 30 years ago. Nobody knew who Brad Pitt was. I wish I hadn't. It was a great movie, and by the time the movie was over, my girlfriend had fallen in love with Brad Pitt. Bad move there. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty, and in case you missed it, we wanted to give the ladies who won the state championship of the 4A division in volleyball one more blast of love. Eric Granstrom and the Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. Oh, and Alpine Air. Hello. Geez. Thanks, Uriah. Gee, it must be a Monday. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Alpine Air, platinum sponsors of this television station and this show for the time being. I hope they're not watching. Mike McNaughty is next.
Embrace the season of giving at Boswell's. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Okay, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently saw an ad for an investment opportunity on Facebook. And I've heard other advertisements to invest my money on the radio and other such places. And my question is this: if this particular investment opportunity is so great, why is somebody who wants me and every other jamoke out there to give them their money, why are they doing it on Facebook or on the radio? I mean, good grief. I mean, if the return on investment opportunity is so great, why do they have to go to the public with it? You know, if I knew of a sure way to invest and rake in the dough, I'd be tempted to keep it myself or share it with people who are close to me, not cut an ad on KPQ. Good God. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, owner at Springwater Insurance Group. And at Springwater Insurance Group, we are your Medicare nerds because we're continuously studying Medicare rules so our clients are up to date. One of the publications we study is called Choosing a Medigap Policy. And Chapter 3 is my favorite because it discusses how to change your coverage with no health questions asked of you. Because we've learned nobody wants health questions. So give us nerds a call at Springwater Insurance Group for all your Medicare questions. 509-888-2600.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
In today's environment, risk management assessment is a crucial process for your business. Risk assessment will identify, evaluate, and mitigate hazards. Don't let risk impact your business income, reputation, operations, and your overall success. We can give you peace of mind by transferring your business risks to the insurance providers. Call Stacy at August Edge Insurance today to schedule a risk management assessment for your business.
Thanks for watching the NCW Live channel. I'm Eric Grandstrom, and today we're featuring the champions. That's right, the Wenatchee High School varsity volleyball team that won the WIAA state championship. We're going to have the ladies introduce themselves. We've got Coach Jordan McGregor here as well. First of all, ladies, are you used to that? Are you? I mean, when you hear that, I mean, is it still kind of numb? I mean, you still don't feel it? Or?
It hasn't hit me yet personally.
Okay, before we get going too far, let's have you guys introduce yourselves one at a time.
I'm Bree Sackman, and I'm a senior.
I'm Riley Jones, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Ava Jo Berry, and I'm a junior.
I'm Lauren Stuber, and I'm a junior.
I'm Emmy Tucker, and I'm a junior.
My name is Kira Demersion, and I'm a junior.
I'm Claire Demersion, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Journey Jelsing, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Jalen Rasmussen, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Janissa Hepton, and I'm a senior.
I'm Jess McIrvin, and I'm a senior.
I'm Brevin Lundstrom, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Sienna Nall, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Nikki Reed, and I'm a junior.
Well, right away you can tell that the future's bright for Wenatchee High School. Coach, talk about, well, first of all, taking over for Marnie and being handed something like this to try to do what you guys accomplished. Tell me about that off season and getting ready for this whole adventure.
I mean, I had some really big shoes to fill. Marnie holds a special place in my heart. I mean, we're related. She's my aunt. I have played for her. I've coached under her, and I couldn't thank her enough for all that she's taught me and all the lessons I've learned from her. And she had a big part in preparing this team into what we have now. I mean, she took the last 2 seasons to state, and for the girls that have been there before, all that preparation, she also had a huge part in this win. And going into the season, I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Big shoes to fill, big program, talented program, And she was supported me all the way. I mean, I called her almost every day after practice, after games. She has always been there for advice for me. And so I couldn't honestly have done this without her.
Now, you assisted in her program before you took over the reins this year. Ladies, talk about that and knowing this face and having that familiar person. Was that big? Because I'm sure at first when you knew that Marnie was not going to be here, that was probably, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
It wasn't much of a change for me since she was our assistant coach last year. She already had a big role in our coaching. So I trusted her. I knew she was going to do things right.
This offseason, I mean, I know that you guys are not just high school volleyball, right? So that preparation and coming into this season, and did you know that you had a chance to do something pretty special like this?
Yeah, I think looking back at it, it was easy to realize that during the summer when we started training and started finding our bond as a team, it became known that we had a special thing going on. And when we started winning tournaments like the crossover, getting second soiree, those were all big deals for us, but we had the state goal in mind, and even just not even on the court but off the court was more of a special bond, and I think that's what got us how far that we came. Yeah.
Now, I heard in the past, and I don't know if this is true or not, but if girls played volleyball here at Wenatchee, then that's all you did. You played volleyball, you didn't play any other sports. Is that true? No? Okay, all right.
Not for this crew.
So do you guys do other things, or is volleyball pretty much it?
Yeah, there's a couple of us that do. Me and Ava and Riley actually right now are all in the basketball program. And there's a couple other people that do track and tennis. And honestly, I think that is why we have a big reason why we have been so successful. A lot of us are multi-sport athletes. There's beach volleyball too, Kira and Claire and Emmy. And so I just think we kind of have a group of athletic girls, which transfers well to playing volleyball.
Okay, so I'll let you hand the microphone down a little bit further and talk about that beach aspect. Now, aside from just Wenatchee High School, we had a state champion in Manson, we had a state champion in Chelan, and I understand that there's a connection there for a program outside of school, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Actually, most of the people who played for Manson and Chelan were beach volleyball players. Even Wenatchee, we have a big group how everyone has played beach at some point, and I think that really transfers onto the court. We learn a lot of things through beach that transfer to indoor really well, and I actually my beach is my main thing, so being able to go into indoor with all the things that I learned through beach and with Coach Des at K Beach over in Chelan really helps me transfer onto the indoor side.
Now, during the season, we had a chance to broadcast a few of your matches, and I know you said one of the goals that was set, and I want to talk to you more about goal setting, was not to lose a set in Big Nine play. One, you lost one, and that's it. And that came late in the season, right?
Second round when we played West Valley.
Yeah. Goal setting. So when you first got together with these, when was that? I mean, August? When did you guys get together to start getting ready for this season?
Yeah, I mean, so starting June 1st, we can start coaching girls in our program for the upcoming season. And we had summer goals. I mean, we went to a couple tournaments in the summertime, and we had goals there. And then as we came into season, I mean, very first day, very first week, that's something that we sit down and talk about, is setting those not individual goals but also as team goals. And just that way there's always something that we're working towards, and they tend to like trend with the later in the season. So, you know, winning the Sundome tournament, that was our first goal. Winning the crossover, that was the next one. Going undefeated in league, winning districts, not losing, you know, they all just trend down as the season progresses, and we did pretty well on that this year, which is cool.
So the only loss you guys had was to G-Prep, right? So tell me about what that did for you guys. Because some coaches will say, you know, actually losing is a good thing at some point because that kind of helps focus. So that's up to anybody. Talk about responding and coming back from the G-Prep loss.
I think G-Prep was honestly a humbling night for us, and like you said, an important night as well, because like being able to transfer the loss gave us motivation and an idea of what competition might look like in our future. So I think after we took that loss, it kind of acted as a fuel for us in practice, to really understand the competition we'd be facing later and work on some things that maybe we weren't able to see in some of our league games. So, yeah.
You guys had great support. There was a ton of people that came down to watch you guys win that state championship, and I'm sure that's pretty cool. What is it like to see this program? And I know some of you have been playing since you were a freshman, long time here with the Panthers. To see that crowd support, to see that continuation through the state title, I mean, what does that mean for you guys?
I think it's a really big influencer into our play when we have fans like that are so supportive and show up. We did actually get a Rooter bus on the first day of state, and so we did expect people to come that day, and we encouraged people to come. But for me at least, I don't know if many other people can agree with this, but I didn't text anybody really for the state championship. I was like all zoned in, so I didn't even think about the crowd. And so when we walked out there for the opening ceremony and looked back and saw like our whole community behind us kind of wrapping around, it was just a big, almost stress relief to know, like, even if it was kind of an unconscious message that they were sending us, that like, we're here for you, we're supporting you, and we're excited to watch you guys perform.
Does it help to play and win in Yakima in that setting to come back for the state tournament, you know, a couple months later? I mean, does that help?
It's definitely a great use of visualization and kind of getting yourself in the headspace. I know throughout the season, we started at the Sundome crossover, and so that was an early on before season event, and it was very helpful to be able to, I don't know if you've ever been in the Sundome, but the depth perception is completely off. Mm-hmm. The ceiling is so high. It's loud, it's echoey, so it's a lot different than a gym just in our high school.
Well, and playing on that sport court is also different, right? I mean, you don't get the lift maybe that you normally would, you know,
No.
playing at home.
Yep, it's definitely, there's a lot of different aspects, and so being able to have an event and do that early on, like the crossover, it's amazing, and it's super influential for us going into state to know what it looks like, know what it feels like, and be able to implement that into our play.
Coach, you had a chance to go with these girls to state a couple of years in a row. How do you manage that I don't know, angst of waiting 2 weeks before you can play? That would drive me nuts.
It's hard. I think the hardest part too is, you know, there's all the other leagues. We're the only league that does that, and so all the other leagues get some high-level play all the way up to the Saturday before brackets come out. And so, you know, one thing that we really focused on as a team was making sure we were doing a lot of bonding things. That way, you know, spending 2 weeks of just practicing, it gets old, it gets tiring. You start getting on each other's nerves, which is completely normal. And so we just tried to focus on the bonding aspect and being grateful for the extra time we had and taking it as the advantage. Like, we might not be getting the game stuff that all the other leagues are getting, but we had 2 weeks to just fine-tune some small skills that a lot of teams didn't get to do. And so I think that's what actually worked out in our advantage, was we were able to just really work on some one-on-one skills that you don't normally work on throughout the season. That's more summer stuff and off-season stuff. And I think that's what really came down to helping us at the end. I mean, there's pros and cons to both, but sure. I think at the end we did a really good job at making sure we were staying bonded and working on fine-tuning those skills. Well,
any coach will tell you that it doesn't happen without the entire team. Football, doesn't matter what sport it is, you got to have the scout team, you got to have those to practice against and things like that. Ladies, how important are these gals behind you in those 2 weeks, especially leading up to state and getting ready and you know, having that competitive level? I mean, and if you guys want to talk, you're welcome to do so. I'd like to hear from you as well. How important is that to have an entire team help with this movement?
So every girl on this team is so talented, and Coach has said this many times, but if they would be playing for any other team in our league, they would have made varsity, they would have been starting. So they all have like different aspects to them that is super important in our game, and they're all super competitive, and no matter who you play against each other, it's always going to be a competitive game. And I think that's super important because most of our competitiveness this year came from just us scrimmaging each other.
I want to hear from somebody in the back row, whoever wants to hold up their hand and talk. I know my niece played for Ritzville this year. They went to the state tournament. She didn't get to play at all in the Sundome. They played for the state championship. They ended up finishing second. But what I was most impressed about with my niece is that she was so energetic from the bench. I want to hear from you. to talk about how important that is to support these girls while they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is incredibly important to have every single girl on the team be fully bought in and fully willing to work to achieve goals like this, you know? Like, it doesn't just come from the people on the court working, it comes from the team bond off the court, which we emphasize as a team immensely. We have team dinners, we have team activities, we all love on each other and communicate with each other. And it is really important when you go into an environment as big as the Sun Dome and there's people watching you everywhere to have, you know, that your teammates have got your back every single step of the way. Even, I mean, from the bench, I get as much satisfaction seeing my teammates put a ball away than were it me having passed that ball on the court. And I love the selflessness and the just dedication from every single girl and all of our teammates to help and love and support on each of us as we go into something as big as that. And so it was incredibly important, and I think it paid off.
Do you guys have a particular cheer or a little routine you do?
We do.
That's kind of a thing, right?
Yes, we all have. I have handshakes with half the girls on here, and
Okay.
we all do. We have all of our little pregame rituals and little things that we do, and we do. Yeah, I think all of those contribute to the bond and the team dynamic that just makes it so great.
Okay, who's the loudmouth? Everybody points at you. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess I always have a lot to say.
Okay, like what?
I would say typically my thing is that I really enjoy just reminding the team that just essentially we got this, we may be down right now, but kind of like we were talking about earlier, this team is special, and throughout any game or any tournament we've ever been through, I've genuinely never been concerned that we weren't going to pull through. So I think that's typically, it's mostly just, little reminders about things that we need to fix, or just reminders of oh, this is going super great, keep that up.
Yeah.
Just that kind of
I think that impacts us more as fans watching, because we're helpless. We can do nothing. And 5 sets in the championship, and it's oh my gosh. And Riley, you got to talk here. I'm going to have you talk, because I think there was 2 points in a row, you ended up getting the kill for the state championship. Congratulations on that. But that emotion, how do you not just completely wig out?
If I'm being honest, I wasn't really thinking when it happened. It was kind of just in the moment, just swing, don't think, and it's you have to swing on game point, even if, because you have to swing to win.
It's just another point, right?
Yeah.
And does that come from repetition, and that comes from practice, and that comes from this entire grind from August to now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, Ava, I want to ask you a question. Ava Jo, I asked her this in the hallway here a while back. I said, okay, Ava or Ava Jo? Ava Jo. I want to make sure I get that right. In that championship match, did you know? I know you guys scout the other teams, you know who you might face and things like that. Did you know going in, all right, we can take these guys?
Based on the momentum we had in the past few games, I didn't know the result that we were going to come out on top, but I knew that we were going to give every single ounce of effort and everything we had from every single girl. North Creek, they weren't suspected to win the game before that, and I think we weren't really more focused on them, but just more focused on us. Based on the pregame in the locker room, we spent some time visualizing, getting hyped, throwing out our best dance moves, and so I think leading up, it was more, we had faith in each other, and we knew that we were going to give it all more than the actual result, but the fact that we did come out on top felt like was very deserving. So.
Okay, show of hands. In those moments, who wants the ball? Who wants the ball to come to them?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. And me too.
Yeah. See, and that's it, right? I mean, that's the difference between winning and losing, right?
Yeah, I think it's really special that we have so many options available, and as a setter, I had so much trust in each and every person, no matter what position they were in, what the score was, or anything like that.
So do you retire now? I mean, your first year in, you win a state title, for God's sake. Oh, please no. The underclassmen are saying, no, please.
No, this is such a special group, and I mean, we're losing some pretty special seniors, and it's, Panther volleyball is not going to be the same without them, but this program has a very bright future. We got a lot of young kids who I want to see them get their moments and get their times to shine. And I'm excited for the future of Panther volleyball and just ready to get back to it. I mean, as great as it is, I mean, we ended on a great win, but I'm sad it's over. This is such a special group, and as long as, you know, the practices were and the season was, now that it's over, I think we can all agree that we would take that extra 2 weeks all over again.
Well, ladies, congratulations. This is a big deal. In fact, I was going through it. This is the 6th state championship ever for Wenatchee High School. Can you tell me which team won 3? Which sport?
Football. Soccer. Swimming. Tennis.
Girls bowling. Yes.
As it should be.
So power.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you for taking us on this ride with you and letting us be part of it, a little sliver of it, and for representing this valley and this school so well. There you go. It matters. Keeping score matters. And if you don't know what the score is, then you don't know who won. So make sure the score is in your favor. We're with the champions here on the NCW Life Channel.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
It's a cloudy, foggy Monday, 1 week from Christmas. The show started an hour ago. It was 34 degrees. It is 34 degrees. That's just about our afternoon high. It's 34 in Grant County, 34 in 34th Grant County Airport in Moses Lake, 34 in Ellensburg, 34 in Omak, 34 in Dryden. It's pretty much 34 everywhere. Temperatures around the region this week. This gives you a chance to take a look at maybe some place you might be going to or a place that you live, but we don't really profile a great deal. We're talking, of course, about Chelan and Moses Lake and Omak. They're your afternoon highs and overnight lows for the rest of the week. Very little temperature variation. In fact, I mentioned this before at the start of the show. Yesterday's high was 36. Yesterday's low was 33. This is what happens when you have the air inversion going on. There's simply nothing out there to mix up the atmosphere and the dirty air. So we still have the air stagnation advisory, and it is still in effect until 10 o'clock this morning, they tell us. They might extend it. They might just go ahead and let it expire. And this is, of course, what happens when you have the warm air up above, the cold air trapped down below, no mixing around in the atmosphere. The pollutants go up. They hit the bottom of the lid, and then they go right back down again, and we get some dirty air. But right now, the air quality is pretty good. It wasn't too bad at all over the weekend, but we still have the air stagnation advisory until 10 o'clock this morning. From the National Weather Service, no white Christmas, I'm afraid, at least for the Wenatchee Valley. Any precipitation we get at all today, and it's a weak system that's coming through, is going to be probably rain. The snow level is going to be about 3,200 feet. We'll get up to about 35. We're almost there right now. Rain overnight Monday into Tuesday. A little bit warmer, about 37, quite mild. On Wednesday, some morning fog burns off to some sunshine and a high of 41. No sunshine on Thursday with a high of 38. And then the next round of precipitation, but again in the form of rain, not snow. Snow level is going to be about pass level. None for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show, we'll be visiting with Edwin Eaton, owner of iPro Building Services. And today is actually the first time I'm meeting Edwin in person. We connected on LinkedIn, and I asked him on the show because